Wuthering Waves version 2.0 is here, bringing us the beautiful MINS edits, pizza rules, together with Carlotta. With all the excitement going on around with the new version, let's dive into our first 5-star pistol character and see whether this is worth to pull for and how to master her. Carlotta is a classy DPS using guns, with most of her damage being labeled as resonance skill damage. From her very awarded skill information, there are 3 key elements to take note of: creating multiple crystals, consuming them to fill up her forte, and using an enhanced heavy attack to amplify the damage of her resonance liberation, where most of her numbers come from. First things first, multiple crystals can be a maximum of 6 in total. It can be easily seen as a buff above Carlotta's HP bar as well as next to her. They can be created through various means, and all of them create 3 crystals upon one iteration. Casting her basic attack 2, using her mid-range attack followed by a basic attack upon landing, using her hydro skill, and using her normal heavy attack. Keep in mind that Carlotta doesn't have a name feature like the other gunners, so her normal heavy attack is always a dash at firing her pistols. The fastest and easiest way to gain crystals out of the above is by using a heavy attack dash and cancelling its animation. Now, consuming each one of these crystals gives a total of 10 points to her forte bar, and when she reaches 120 points, she will be able to cast her enhanced heavy attack. How to consume these crystals to fill up your goals, though? That's easy, as there are various ways of doing that. By continuing her normal attack sequence, she uses 1 crystal each time to create a stun gun and fire burst to the enemy. These attacks are the only ones able to parry when the rest of your kit can't. Moreover, casting an hydro skill gives her 30 points as well, and lastly, by casting a resonance skill, she fires off a spray of ice bullets, and after that she is able to cast another version of it within a limited time. Casting this enhanced skill freezes the enemy and Carlotta pounces behind it, consuming all the crystals she has in her possession to do so. Also, this skill can be swap cancelled, giving more flexibility to the rotation. After reaching the 120 points, you will notice the crystal in between the bars shining red. This means that she is able to cast an enhanced heavy attack, which will lead to 3 things. 1. The cooldown of her resonance skill will be reduced by 6 seconds. 2. The enhanced heavy attack will add a 22-second cooldown, so you won't be able to cast it again before the time period. On that end, keep in mind that the crystal in her 40-second won't shine if the skill isn't ready. Lastly, and most importantly, Carlotta will receive a whopping 80% damage boost in her Resonance Liberation. Speaking about Resonance Liberation, after casting it, Carlotta will spray some ice bullets to the enemies, inflicting them with deconstruction, which means they will have reduced defense by 80% and will enter the Twilight Tango state. Now, in the Twilight Tango state, she won't be able to gain multiple crystals, nor consume any to fill her forte bar, as it will be replaced by a new one, which you will notice has 4 ice pillars. Yeah, let's just call it that. By casting her Resonance Liberation once again, or using her normal attack, she will unleash a very cool and powerful shot at the enemy. Bear in mind that Carlotta will move depending on the direction you give her when you do the attack. Moreover, it's important to note that these attacks can be interrupted or cancelled, and since it's the most vital part of your damage, take care of when you use them. After all 4 attacks can be fired, her Resonance Liberation will glow and she will be able to unleash one more extremely cool and powerful shot and finish her Twilight Tango state there. Let's put all these to the test and see how a standard rotation goes. The best way to start the rotation is by gaining 3 crystals, then using her enhanced resonance skill and swap cancel it to your support. This way Carlotta will gain 30 points before even her turn comes. The rotation continues then as usual, switching off to the sub DPS, who in turn finish the rotation before switching to Carlotta. Immediately upon doing that, she gains another 30 points in her forte, and after accumulating 6 multiple crystals, you can use her resonance skill and once again fill her forte bar to max, which lets her do her enhanced heavy attack. When you have the necessary energy regen, she will have her Resonance Liberation ready by then and be able to cast it. The only thing left to do is cast her amazing attacks with care not to get interrupted and exit her Twilight Tango state with her final shot. Then, you can repeat the same thing as the start of the fight, gain 3 crystals and cast her enhanced resonance skill, but this time along with her echo skill as well before swap cancelling its animation back to the support. The new echo in specific is quite useful for that as it can be cast mid-air. With that out of the picture, let's see Carlotta's optimal builds. For the weapon, her signature is of course the best option, as it boosts your attack as well as your resonance skill damage a lot. The second option should be the standard 5-star static mist, mainly because of its stats. The other sub-DPS like Mordefi might probably need that more than her, to be honest. As for the 4-star weapons, she has plenty of options there, with the best ones being Undying Flame, Thunderbolt, and the new craftable weapon, Romancy Farewell. As Carlotta inflicts negative statuses on the enemies, like the Deconstruction debuff. As for her best echo set, the new Frosty Resolve set is by far the best one to use for her. It increases her Glacial damage by almost 35% and her Resonance skill damage by a whopping 60%. Moreover, the set comes with a 4-star echo, the Sentry Construct, or Mecha Gargoyle, that suits Carlotta's kit a lot. Not only it has a passive boost to Glacial damage and Resonance skill damage, but its cooldown is reset upon casting Resonance Liberation 5 times, which deals a lot of damage to the enemies and freezes them in place. The second option in the echo set is of course the Freezing Frost set, with Labilumen as the forecost, which increases her Glacial and Resonance skill damage, but not as much as the new set does. Finally, in regard to her team comps, Carlotta has a few options to accompany her. The first and most optimal team to maximize her damage is by using Soulkeeper or Verina as the support and Zezi as the sub DPS. Zezi can give Carlotta a Glacial and Resonance skill damage boost with her Outro skill, so she is the best shooting sub DPS on her in every occasion. In case you don't have Zezi or won't pull for her, though, Lumi is also a very good option as she enhances Carlotta's Resonance skill damage by 38% with her Outro skill, which is a big number. Of course, in case you don't have Soulkeeper or Verina either, Bison can work as a support just fine. Another team that can potentially work well after a lot of training can be a dual DPS quick swap team featuring any of their formation supports, Carlotta, and Sanli or Sanli Yao as the secondary DPS. That's all for today's video. I know there's a lot to digest, so I won't keep rambling more. I think I've done that enough already. I hope you enjoy Wuthering Waves 2.0 as much as I do, and without further ado, peace out!